think that Serbia is now on the world map of press freedom as a country where journalists are threatened on an everyday basis. We counted the physical attacks within the context of the protests against the government following the Novi Sad accident. And actually, for the first time ever, we spoke about Serbia in our yearly roundup on the violence against journalists. So Serbia really distinguishes itself by the level of violence that journalists are facing. Maybe with the exception of the war years in the 1990s. And unfortunately, the government, instead of protecting journalists, is actively participating in the suppression of press freedom and is working very hard to eradicate press freedom in Serbia. RSF will release the new World Press Freedom Index on the 30th of April. This is when we will unveil the results. So I cannot yet say what the ranking of Serbia will be. It's true that we didn't see any major improvement. Serbia was ranked last year 96th out of 180 countries, which is not the lowest spot, but it has the lowest score of 53.55 points out of 100. This is a historical low, and Serbia didn't go, down only because the deterioration in other countries was more important. And Serbia is really already very low compared to other European countries. It's second to last in Europe. I have been coming to Serbia regularly, and I want to say that because of the seriousness of the situation, I will come again to Serbia for a press freedom mission in March, in the week of 23rd March, together with colleagues from other international media film organizations, with the support of the Council of Europe. And we will want to meet journalists, media, get first-hand information on the situation, on what we can do, and also meet the authorities and discuss these issues with them. We have contacts with the big platforms. However, they don't follow our recommendations in most cases. I know about these serious bot attacks against the Serbian media, and I think that our strategy is to work towards the European Union to regulate better the social networks so that journalists and independent information are protected and these situations don't happen. We had situations maybe similar to this one in Serbia, for example, in Albania. And also when it comes to artificial intelligence and fake content, I know about the case of Brankica Stankovic, who was victim of a deep fake fraud. And we recently published an analysis of these deep fake attacks targeting especially women. And we made recommendations which are directed especially to European authorities. The Slavka Ćuruvije case is defining for press freedom in Serbia. And this case one day needs to be, successfully resolved. And we owe this to the family of Slavka Ćuruvije, and I admire his daughter, Yelena, for this pursuit of justice by all legal means. And it's a shame. It's a shame of the Serbian state. It's a shame of the Serbian president, who had promised that this case would be resolved. And this lack of justice creates new injustice, of which the family and the critics of the judicial system are victims. And of course, in the first place, it's a shame of the Serbian judicial system. And Serbia has become sort of a jungle where there are no rules for protection of journalists. And we are outraged, I have to say this, by this video aired on several channels, drawing a target on Verana Matić. Verana Matić is one of the persons who did the most for press freedom in Serbia. And I want to express solidarity with him. He has also done a lot to bring justice in the Slavka Ćuruvije case. And actually, the whole system is turning against him, and it's outrageous. And I call on the Serbian president to clearly distance himself from this campaign. Otherwise, if anything happens to Verana Matić because of his work, we will hold the Serbian president accountable. And I said this in the case of Tamara Skroza in the past, and I say this also in the case of Verana Matić. I think Verana Matić is in danger. I don't want to, create panic. I think that the first actor that is responsible for his security is the state, because he's a Serbian citizen. I think that it actually, if the Serbian president doesn't, distance himself from this campaign, it looks like actually that he lost control of the situation. And I think that we need this solidarity with Vera, and I'm very glad that he had the support in Serbia and in part internationally. But the first one here who can protect Verana Matić is the state. So that's the obligation of Serbia, and Verana Matić has to be able to continue his work for the protection of journalists. So we'll try to support him in this.